Welcome back to Checkpoint. My name is Tyler Wheatley.
And I'm Dalton Martin.
Apple has recently announced a new video editing app that could be a hybrid of Vine, Snapchat, and Instagram. The app will allow you to take videos over 60 seconds and add special effects and captions to them. It will be available for iPhones past the 5S and the iPad Air, Mini 2, and later generations. The app has a very similar feel to its older sibling iMovie and even some of the same features. You can add beginning and end slides, effects to the video that you take, or edit your own choice of clips from your camera roll.
Essentially, it's a high-class Snapchat that you have even more control over. Apple did say that there are plans to add more filters to the real-time videos, so you shouldn't be limited for too long. The videos will also be able to pick up dialogue and tell if someone from your contacts is in the video and label them for you. And it would also add its soundtrack for video and added effect.
So far, there isn't a specified social network for this app, but it has been said that you can place them on Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, Instagram, and once added to your camera roll, Snapchat. Honestly, this makes me want to get the new red iPhone and play around with this app to make my life seem a little bit cooler than it really is.
I do have to say though, it sounds incredibly creepy that the fact that that system will be able to recognize a voice and label it.
I thought the same thing.
But speaking of creepy, the US Senate recently just voted to overturn internet privacy rules that would have prevented internet providers from sharing your web browsing history without your permission.
What?
The privacy rules passed last year by the FCC required internet providers like Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T to get each customer's permission before sharing personal information like which websites they visit. But internet providers want to be able to sell that data and use it to target ads, so they've been vocal about opposing the rules since around the time President Trump took office.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal stated ahead of that vote that this resolution was a direct attack on consumers' rights, privacies, and rules that afford basic protection against intrusive and illegal interference from internet service providers. The ACLU also made a statement upon this news saying it is extremely disappointing that the Senate voted today to sacrifice the privacy rights of Americans in the interest of protecting the profits of major internet companies. This resolution would undo the privacy rules that ensure consumers control how their most sensitive information is used. The House must now stop this resolution from moving forward and stand up for our privacy rights.
And what makes this reversal particularly damaging is that it won't just undo privacy rules from the past, but it'll prevent the FCC from passing similar privacy rules in the future, meaning that the FCC will be prevented from being able to pass strict privacy rules again, even if the opinions of Congress change years later. Assuming these rules do get overturned though, the FCC is going to have to create a new set of privacy requirements for internet providers. When that happens, it will most likely be very similar to these rules banning ISPs from sharing information on children and their subscribers' health, but without the restriction on sharing general web browsing history, which is what the internet providers really wanted out of all this.
Republicans in both Congress and the FCC have been fighting for months to strip back these rules, asking that they put more in line with the privacy framework established by the Federal Trade Commission. After passing its net neutrality order, the FCC took privacy enforcement away from the FTC, which is why it had to draw up its own set of restrictions. Altogether, it's just pure bad news for consumers whose data is about to be open for sale again.
And that's all we have for this week. For all your entertainment, tech, and culture news, be sure to subscribe to Byte BSU and stay up to date with us on Checkpoint.
I need an assistant. Can you puppet me a little bit?
For all your video game, TV, tech, and movie news, be sure to subscribe to Byte BSU to stay up to date with us on Checkpoint.
What he said.
Yeah.